Boris calls urgent Cobra meeting as PM readies to unleash hell on Putin for Ukraine war. Boris Johnson has called an urgent Cobra meeting to discuss how to respond to the horrific attacks launched by Russia in Ukraine. The Prime Minister will chair the emergency committee after President Putin launched a full-scale invasion of its neighbor overnight. Almost 200,000 troops have been situated on Ukraine's borders for weeks, with the Russian president ordering strikes on Ukraine's military infrastructure in the early hours of the morning. Moscow's attacks come despite warnings from the West that a coordinated response would be unleashed on the Kremlin if it took action against Kiev. Sanctions aimed at crippling the Russian economy have already been drawn up to be introduced by the UK along with the US and EU. The UK announced a first barrage of measures against Moscow on Monday after it recognized the rebel-held regions of eastern Ukraine as breakaway republics. 5 Russian banks had their assets frozen, while 3 Russian billionaires, including a close personal friend of President Putin, were also targeted. Mr. Johnson set to approve further sanctions for immediate implementation at this morning's meeting. A Downing Street spokesman said, the Prime Minister will chair a COBR at 0730 to discuss the response to the horrific attacks in Ukraine this morning. Ministers and senior officials will be updated on the rapidly deteriorating situation before considering the West's response. The government has already held meetings with finance chiefs and regulators to discuss how to best hit Russia. The country's access to UK financial services is set to be cut off as part of the new wave of measures implemented. This morning Mr. Johnson said he was appalled by the war started by Moscow as he attacked President Putin for choosing a path of bloodshed and destruction. "I have spoken to President Zelensky to discuss next steps," he said. President Putin has chosen a path of bloodshed and destruction by launching this unprovoked attack on Ukraine. The UK and our allies will respond decisively. A Downing Street spokesperson said Mr. Johnson had assured Ukraine's President Zelensky that the West would not stand by as President Putin waged his campaign against the Ukrainian people. A spokesperson said, Prime Minister Boris Johnson spoke to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in the early hours of this morning. The Prime Minister said he was appalled by the unfolding events in Ukraine. The Ukrainian president updated the Prime Minister on the attacks taking place, and the Prime Minister said the West would not stand by as President Putin waged his campaign against the Ukrainian people. The Prime Minister said he hoped Ukraine could resist and that Ukraine and its people were in the thoughts of everyone in the United Kingdom people during this dark time. President Putin launched his invasion after giving a televised address early this morning. He claimed Russia did not have a goal to occupy Ukraine, but said the responsibility for bloodshed lies with the Ukrainian regime. The Russian leader warned the West any attempt to interfere with the Russian action would lead to consequences they have never seen. Thank you for watching our videos. Subscribe to our channel to get notifications when we post newest videos. Thank you and goodbye.